These beats are the purest. Build it, build it. These beats are the purest. Build it, build it. These beats are the purest. Love it. Love it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome on into the Gopherwatch League Season 5.5 playoffs, winners semifinals, if I'm not mistaken. But here we are between the Iceland Imps and the Phiji Phrogs. I'll be your playback caster, Booney, and joining me today is going to be Naga. Now, Naga, we got ourselves quite the match ahead of us depending on which Phrogs show up. It could either be an absolute banger, or it could be out here pretty quick.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting, I think a black and white scenario. You're going to have a very fast 3-0 in favor of the Imps, or this could go to the patented Phrogs 5-map series. Of course, with a 2 CP map thrown in there, probably on Temple of Anubis, but we're in for a treat. This game's going to be good regardless, I think. The Phrogs have it in them to bring to the Imps the #1 seed in the Gopherwatch League.
Yeah, I mean, the Imps having a very strong showing throughout the entire season so far, but the Phrogs, on Boon ESPN, which, by the way, if you haven't checked out, check it out on our YouTube channel, but it has been I call them Schrodinger's team. You know, you put them in a box, and there's a 50% chance they try, and a 50% chance they throw. But, again, this team has so much talent on them. I've been high on them, despite some of the stuff throughout the season, but I think they can take it to the Imps. I think they are one of the most talented teams in the league, especially now with this trade with Poi coming in here in terms of Whalefish. You know, Whalefish had a stellar performance of the entire season, do not get me wrong, almost MVP level, but Poi brings that consistency as well as that shot calling, that hard shot calling that maybe this team was lacking, that leadership figure. So I think this could be the trade that brings the Frogs over the top.
Yeah, and speaking from experience, being a former Frog myself, I know they've got some really strong talent on that team. Wag's just an absolute monster on the main tank, just great at calls, great at pulling the team together, and of course you've got Frog, just absolute talent of, just excessive amounts of SR, just able to bring so much value on the Lucio and a bunch of other supports as well. His Ana, no slouch, and will definitely be able to make some huge impact on this match.
I think when you think of, like the most talented players in Gopherwatch League, Frog is probably among the people I think of. You got Bonesy, but then you got Phrogs right there, I think, after coming in Season 4, or Season 3, whatever the season that got the golems were. My trivia master is not showing right now. We are still waiting for the R from the Phiji Phrogs, but we can talk about these lineups here. Like you said, we're going to have a ringer situation here yet again. We're going to have Flambeau Jambo in for the tank. Flambeau Jambo, a really main tank extraordinaire, but you said Wags is very proficient at those main tank positions. So maybe we'll see Flambeau playing more of the off-tank style, or perhaps we'll see Wags go over to that Hog that won the Pompey Pelicans at Season 5 championship.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Maybe if they go into hard rush, maybe they say they don't lose that much value putting Allen on the Rhine. Obviously, super good at Rhine, one of the best in the league. And yeah, you can put Wags on that comfort hero, that Hog, and just kind of let the talent do the work, get those hooks, get those picks, and they're just gonna try to roll from there.
Yeah, I mean, Trey is no slouch on the main tank. He will walk at you. The biggest question for me is gonna be Nash Browns. Nash Browns' entire season has been playing way above their SR. Can they bring it here in this match and potentially bring the Iceland Imps closer to that championship? As moving here onto our first map, it is going to be Busan, the Iceland Imps choice here, and we are starting off on Mecha Base, which is more known for that brawly style, so I think we're going to see both teams' strengths coming early here.
Yeah, I think the Phrogs might be slightly favored here. Their rush is just really good. They're so good at the rush, and to the fact that I think they might be one of the best rush teams in the league, and I think they have the possibility of actually pulling out a little bit of a shocker here for the Imps.
Yeah, I mean, the strength lays in both these team star players. You have the Imps who are star-studded at almost every position. Sly, highly undervalued for their SR. Thog, Invictus, the 17-time champion it seems at this point in Gopherwatch League. And Fedora Master pumping out those damage numbers on the Torbjorn. But can Wags play very aggressive here with Frog? Can this duo come back and make the opposite happen as we go in here moving forward? Both teams gonna look for his Mega Control. Walking forward, Nash Bronze, Cesaria here, fully charged up. Walking forward, Wags the very low shield. Early Murtafield is used here, but Thog's gonna take that out early, but they're gonna exchange him right now. But the charges are from Wags, takes down Trey. So with Sin out of the fight here, they're gonna trade Rhines, but it just looks like the Frogs have the space to walk forward here. Sly trying to keep it up here as Poi has walked into the backline. Both tanks are falling here for the Iceland Imps, but Thog might be able to bring it back with a flashbang, but falls very low. Trey has returned to the fight, but the Frogs had the advantage, but so far Fedora Master returns here when they're to kill onto the tanks. This is a very messy fight right now. Neither teams have touched the point yet. It does flip here in favor of the Frogs. Sly has his window, could look to invest a Trey falling very weak here, but an early Molten Core from Fedora Master could stop this aggression from coming through. Finds 2 picks here. Fedora Master coming up huge on the Torbjorn, on the small Swedish man. And the DPS for the Imps have come up clutch here yet again. And they're going to get a quick flip around 20%.
Yeah, the two teams just trading blow for blow. Literally, you would lose main tank, you lose op tanks on both teams, you lose the supports. I think the issue there is the Frogs continue to push to the enemy spawn, and so the Imps were able to get respawn advantage even in that tiny little fight there.
Pretty early start here. The Shatter finds nothing but Trey's shield. The Shatter from Trey is massive as the shield breaks just in time from Wags. It was a split-second frame break of the shield. You do get the question mark, but we sadly be caught on camera. But yeah, the shield just couldn't hold out long enough, and Trey finds the value in the Shatter.
Yeah, a huge ult value there. Frogs looking to come back with their own ults though, and they've got a lot of them.
Perhaps a Blizzard Reaper combo here, a bit of a Frozen Rose. You know, the Death Blossom Blizzard combo just comes down the spot. I am clever. But Frog has his beat, could look to potentially save the team with a Trey. A little opposition right now. Doesn't have the help here, and they have the window and the Blizzard coming in here. Trey flying freak will go down. They have the beat out from both sides here, as well as the Molten Core. The Icy Hot combo comes out here with the Molten Core and Blizzard, but Frog asserts the Lucio diff over our favorite caster War. And get a bit of the squats and a bit of calisthenics in for our Frog friend here, as the Frogs take point control back at around 6%.
Yeah, maybe a bit of an overcommitment there. I mean, the Imps are going to come back with grab, and you don't really have a ton to answer it besides maybe a DV bomb, or if you can get a quick Shatter off. Yeah,
perhaps one more Flame Strike will do it here. Oh, they've caught Wags off guard. They're going the other way. Wags out of position right now. So here we go, very hard. The grab is there, but the Shatter finds War, slams him into the dirt. Goomba stomps him, and here goes the bomb from Flambo Jambo. The Retire Field just falls in time, but it's about a 3-man Shatter from Trey. And it's the Turner. It looked bad here for the Iceland Imps, but Trey has brought it back with a massive hero play. And now it's just a stall on the point for the Phiji Frogs, as Frosty jumps on the high ground, just getting the squats in, getting them in, but it's not going to quite work out. Leg day, he's going to be sore tomorrow, and the point flips, and a bit of a stagger.
Oh, Trey with the 180 Shatter after blocking the bomb. He's just too good.
You know, you didn't use too much, actually, if you're the side of the empty. You use that Shatter. You still have this window for his point control here, but Trey is going to get walled up with the window, so they can't really take advantage of it. Thog's already found low 247. So we do lose out that man. Here comes the Molten Core as well, but Boy has gotten in the backline and found the Cassidy. 2 picks here in favor of the Phiji Frogs. They start to move forward towards the point. Sly flying very weak here, does not have the self-heal, and they get that kill. Poi on this Reaper is putting in the work today. He woke up feeling angsty, ladies and gentlemen. He almost has a Death Blossom, but doesn't look like it's needed. He can save for Mother's Day. Fedora Master will do the best to try to stall the point down, but 99% and counting. And now Trey might get staggered out here, gets that big wall from LOL 24/7 right there to get that last second kill.
Yeah, Poi really filling the whalefish shoes very well here on this Reaper guy, getting a bunch of value just to standing on the point. You got more like in these prolonged fights, this brawl comes for the Frogs' favor.
Oh no, Trey falls in the middle of a Shatter Cast, and then Wags responds with a 5-man. They do eventually kill him, but the damage has already been done as Poi walks forward and kills 3 with the Death Blossom. A dozen red roses filled with your blood, just for you.
Yeah, Trey going a little bit aggro with that shatter, and it ends up backfiring on him.
And yeah, oh, a huge boot from Frog. Nash runs off the point. It's gonna be a hero high noon from Thog here. Here comes the bomb. It's gonna find Trey. Both tanks are down. The flash ban trying to do anything here from Thog, but the beat from Frog will be there. The sustain is simply too massive for the Frogs right now. And it looks like despite the best efforts, the Frogs are gonna send the Imps packing the first point of Mecha Base. And they took it straight to him on the brawl and won. That's a great showing from the Phiji Frogs in our first map.
Yeah, it was really good. It was close though. 99 to 100. It was not a pushover map for the Frogs.
But is that the closest we've seen the Imps play all season?
I'd argue it is.
Oh no. If you know, you know, chat. Thog has had enough. He's locked the Ash character.
We're staying on the Lucio though. Is this a bit of a troll? Oh no, there he switches.
I mean, you could maybe argue a speed boost for your Sigma, but it's not really worth it when you can get. But I mean, speaking of had enough, Wags cannot do anymore and has locked the Roadhog. I do not know whether or not he's still in BC, but I can assume probably not. This man can't do anymore.
Yeah, Trey's gonna have a really rough time here. Wags he's no Silver Hog. He's gonna be able to punish a ball. He's gonna have to play very carefully.
But knowing Wags, he's gonna go for a really aggressive play. Look at him just walking forward. He's wide Putin walking in the back line and forces out the E from Torb. Him and Frog are on Fedora Master in the back line, but they've already lost Frosty, so it's a 1-for-1. As you do have a Hog in position for the flank, he finds another kill. The Imps do have the point as of right now, and they get the sleep on the Frog to punish on the aggressive Lucio play as Thog finds another kill here in this fight. It appears that the Iceland Imps, despite Wags' flanked with Frog, have got the point as Thog with the damage boost is making it work and finding 4 here.
Yeah, Trey playing really patient, just waiting for the team to rotate and then catches the Ana just unaware. And Zeus with a big sleep onto Frog gets the kill, and you know, Invictus pops off. It's big. Or I should say, Thog pops off. Who's Invictus? We don't know who that is.
Yeah, Thog is the ringer, but maybe you can pick him up for Gopherwatch Season 6 and Overwatch 2. This guy seems to be like a pretty good DPS player. Who really knows? Like, we got Frog and Wags yet again moving forward, but the Dynamite is there. Thog does have that Bob, and they find Frog with the Dynamite. Able to punish this really aggressive play here. It's this slow, methodical composition of the Frogs right now, and with this Bob, the Frogs can't really push in. I mean, doing their best there as Wags goes on the side, but Trey is just being annoying. He's just playing Wrecking Ball the perfect way right now.
Yeah, and the Imps are doing a lot better punishing Frog this map.
Ooh.
Not allowing him to get away with stuff. Oh.
A really good opening pick down a Sly, as well as a stun on Trey, but Trey is able to get out with just a sliver of HP. Never mind, the melee master tracks him down as Frog gets the kill with the punch. They do lose on Wags on the point there, so they lose a bunch of their stability here as Thog on the back will hit a big Dynamite onto the tank line, taking Flambo out. And now it appears, despite the early pick from LOL 24/7, it's going to take some heroics coming up from Frog on the Lucio as Trey is already back on the point, and a big Flux locks down 3. They slam down, but no kills are garnered. And point flies to the high noon. Massive play coming here. A Bob is chucked in as well, but it seems a little bit too late here as Thog is being just hounded by the enemy team right now. It's just Fedora Master on the point. No more overclock, but Thog has returned, and Fedora Master still getting the picks. But I think it's finally going to be here in favor of the Phiji Frogs as Wags has returned on the Wrecking Ball. And a lot of ults used on both sides there, but the defense crumbles last second.
Yeah, some big plays from Poi. Absolutely clutch in the final moments of overtime. We can look to see what they can do on defense here. They have to play perfectly if they want to win this. Oh, and a good pick. Yeah, it's an interesting fight. Oh, and it's still going. It's still going.
Prophetic Flux if they need it. But I don't know what to do, as War's already fallen, and they get Nash Browns as well. They use the mines for a last-second cleanup, and the Bob invested in a very late fight here. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, they didn't get the flip. They're just giving them ults for percentage. Like, this isn't good for them.
Wags might get punched by the Bob, though. Yes, he does. The damage is simply too much as the Bob will end up finding that kill, but Flambo Jambo still has this ult, both support ults here for the Iceland Imps to try to take his point back. Desperation mode right now. Looking for perhaps a big flux here as War engages with that Valkyrie, but lift up in the air is going to be Nash Browns and taking it down to the top of the drum. Can they heal him up? It doesn't look like it. They find 2 kills here. Thog's down. A lot of ults are being invested on the side of Iceland Imps, but it does not seem to matter as Frosty is keeping up Sleeping Poi on the job, keeps him alive. And the Phiji Phrogs have somehow clutched this point out from 99 to 0. It looks like they're going to win here as Trey's sleeping on the job.
Oh my word. That was so hectic. I mean, that one fight lasted like 50% worth of point. That's crazy.
I mean, if you want hectic gameplay, no better team to, no worse team I should say to play it against than the Phiji Phrogs. They were born in that. Oh, what was that?
Oh, we got bumped forward.
What the? All right, Trey's showing off some tech. Despite the map loss, he still won the. He still got the MTD, I suppose, on that one shatter. So all is not for naught, I suppose, if you are a fan of the Iceland Imps, but. Not a great start for the Phiji Phrogs on the map choice of the Iceland Imps. You take it to them 2-0.
Yeah, this is big. I mean, you just take the momentum, right? Like, the Phrogs are such a momentum-based team. They just play so well off the back of just getting these ults, and they just looked really good. Honestly, they had the sustain. They were able to pull out on top of these like really scrappy fights that people were just falling left, right, and center, and they're just taking advantage of the chaos, right? This was like something that we were really harping on at the beginning of the season, is the Phrogs are going to take advantage of the chaos that they're inevitably going to make. And they play so much better in these chaotic situations than any other team in the league.
Like I said, that chaos building up here, and honestly, the scary thing is here for the Iceland Imps is that's the hardest you've been pushed this entire season. Is there a bit of a mental crack perhaps on these players already coming in? We don't really know, but we do have a swap coming in. Charbotron has been moved into the support role, War to the bench. The Phrogs only have 5 of their actual players, so they will not be making any swaps probably this entire match. But honestly, the Phrogs looked better on both comps the Imps decided to run there, and that's scary because those are probably the 2 strongest comps the Imps have had all year.
Oh, and you take them to KR.
Oh,
you just lost the Rushmere, and then you take them to KR. That's a bold statement.
It's a bold statement, and also, I did a bit of Willfish stream watching. You don't take the Phrogs to KR. They don't lose KR.
They don't lose KR.
But maybe the tides can turn here. Perhaps the Iceland Imps can take their comfort pick of KR and bring it up to the Phiji Phrogs. But the Phrogs, they looked pretty darn strong on their composition. Poi on the McCree or the Cassidy, as well as the Reaper, and a little 24/7 has that May pick that Fedora Master simply can't match. Fedora, a very skilled Torbjorn player, as well as having a couple other picks like the Echo from what we saw last season, but I've never really seen him pull out the May. So that could be the advantage that the Phrogs are taking advantage here. With the Reaper May composition, just able to play so much faster. And you have Frog as well, who is, no slight to War or Charbotron, but a slightly better Lucio player than those 2.
Yeah, just a little bit,
I mean, yeah, maybe give Charbotron and War like 2 days in comp. Maybe they'll catch up to Frog, but who knows? I don't want to call anybody out here.
I don't know. You just put them. If you put War and Charbotron together, they can match Frog.
Oh, true.
Just take Sly out.
Yeah, just take that guy out of there. He's probably got a lip or something to take care of. But
old man Sly can't. He needs to go to bed. It's past his bedtime.
It's way too late for him to be up gaming right now. Yeah. Do we see Nash Browns pull out the Zarya again? We've seen Nash Browns play a lot of Zarya this season to a very high level. It's allowed Trade to play very aggressive with the bubbles, but what we saw last time was the Frogs just waited for those bubbles to come out and then aggressed right back in. That could be that leadership of Poi, or perhaps Frog coming back here for this match as well. Both very high SR players and both very intelligent players as well on the Pizza Pirates, so they know when to play his cooldowns. They might wait for perhaps Fedora Master to pop that overclock as well. I don't know if this is actually what it's called, overload, I don't know. But the Torbjorn E, wait for him to pop that, and then once that's gone, they just re-engage. It seemed that they played the cooldown game way better last map than the Imps.
Yeah, this is tough. I'm not sure what the Imps need to do here to really take apart the Frogs, because the Frogs are just playing they're going back to the fundamentals and just playing this death ball comp that's just so hard to pick apart.
I don't think there's any fundamentals in the Frogs game. I think it's just Frog and Wags go kill backline while we sit here and just try not to die, and it worked.
So true.
Yeah, I mean, you're our inside man, so perhaps you know more than me. But just from what I've been seeing, that appears to be their fundamental game plan.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. When I was on the Frogs, I would make a call to like kill someone, and then by the time I like looked over there, they were kind of already dead. So it's kind of a Wags whalefish dip back then. You know, those are old days, I suppose.
Oh, we do have a swap coming in for the Frogs. Yeah, Flambeau Jambo's going to play in the DPS here, and Poi moving over onto the tank. Now, we saw this last week against the Awesome Anglers. Flambeau Jambo played the Symmetra very well on Lijiang Tower, especially on Control Center, while Poi was... I don't know what's going on right now. It appears the Frogs have yet again, going into King's Row, found some SR controversy that we have to take care of.
No, I think this one might be a little different than the last time, though.
I agree. It appears that's been approved by admin Jim Gemmel Flip Flopple Portillos. So yeah, it appears that she has approved this. Okay, well, anyway, while we're doing this, I'm going to go ahead and mute up, and we'll see you guys when we head into King's Row once we get this sorted out.
These beats are the purest. Love it. These beats are the purest. Love it, love it. These beats are the purest. Love it, love it. These beats are the purest. Love it. Love it. These beats are the purest. Love it. Love it.
Who wins? Map 2! Oh, okay. Shit. Alright, so, yeah, sorry about those technical delays, everybody. We are finally back in here to the match. Going into King's Row as our next map. And, yeah, Phrogs are up currently.
Ready for battle.
Oh. Whoop. Booney's cut.
What? What?
Oh, Booney's not cut.
No. Everything went quiet for a little bit. I entered the ethereal void for at least a half a second, but I'm finally back. That was just my mental resetting.
The frogs will do that for you. The ethereal zone. The frog zone. If
Never enter the frog zone.
you never know if you'll make it back or not.
Yeah, starting off on the fun fact, both teams undefeated on KRFO in regular season. Thank you very much, War, from the sidelines. War, sideline reporter.
Yes.
Donkar.
Donkar.
I agree. Both teams Donkar because it doesn't matter what happens in regular season. It's all playoff time, baby. And same comp really coming out here from the Phiji Phrogs and the Iceland Imps. So both teams playing to their strengths right now. Walking forward, a nice Maywalk is put in, but a nice boop! That was a huge peel from Charmer trying to stop that pin in coming in from Trey. So a nice starting off there, and they're going to lose out of Flame with Jimbo's mech as well. So a hero play coming out from Charmatron right there on the Lucio.
Big plays from the Lucio player. And of course, Fedora Master always huge with the turrets and the Cheeto shots. The wall is baited, though.
Nash Brown doesn't have mech though. And they're gonna punish that. Frog does have the high noon, chucks it out, gets nothing but the mech, but Poi's already found 3! Poi on the flank through Hotel, he's checked in! And he's ready to take names! A huge play from the DPS player of the Phiji Phrogs right there.
So that's a Hampton Inn diff if I've ever seen one. Definitely not sponsored by Hampton Inn, but you know, Hotel is big. The Hotel flank is big for Poi, and they're setting up.
They're flanking on here, they're flanking this.
Oh, they know. They know. They
The
know.
Fedora doesn't know! And they're gonna lose that Torbjorn. They still haven't capped the point. They finally get it. But what was the point of this? Okay,
guys, they forced chatter.
You get Nash Brown's mech, I guess. So perhaps you can push through the choke a little better. But what the hell? They almost threw that, but luckily for them, they didn't. They will have the Blizzcon back, though, so it could be huge. Trey only 5% to a shatter, as Wags already used his, but an early winner comes out, but the beat from Frog is there, and the pin from Wags, he hits Trey, and gets both tanks down, and I mean, Wags is stuck between a rock and a gooey place right now. Dog has another high noon, looking to throw it out here, but the wall from Lolo 24/7 keeps the team alive right now, and they have the point advantage, as well as the people count. So they're going to push forward here and get more point progress, as this looks to be a stellar attack so far from the Phiji Phrogs.
The Phiji Phrogs do not lose King's Row, and they're looking to keep that going. Big momentum on the side of the Phrogs.
Oh no, a bit of a Swiffer wet jet moment right there. There's a huge high noon from Sly, cuts such a mid jump, as well as they get the... What is going on? They get the remech, and Fedora Master gets caught off guard with his pants on the ground. His pantaloons are down, and gets flashbanged, and Thog is still on his flank and finds nothing, and we have a 5-minute time bank coming through for the Phiji Phrogs on point C.
Okay, don't count this over yet, though. The Phrogs have been known to throw away very large time banks, and with lots of ults, so this is definitely not over. The Imps can definitely bring it back. Well,
King's Row point C is where time banks go to die, so if you want to put up a fight, you gotta do it now, and you got them some ults to do it. Moving forward here, Wags will have the shatter. Here comes the window, but Trey plays it. They can't replace it through because they know the shatter is there. A nice wall gets chucked out as the bomb comes in from Flambeau. The back end finds 3! Flambeau Jambo on the off tank comes to play. Fedora Master will find 2, but they used all their ults!
This is big though. They're down their main tank. They can definitely come back and contest, but they're gonna have to deal with possibly a beat and a zoning Deadeye here if they can farm it up fast enough. They have
the Phrogs are gonna get they're gonna get the space and back up. They're gonna wait for Wags. Wags had to turn. Wags still has the shatter. The high noon is there from Poi. Tries to get anything and will find Charmatron. The shatter finds nothing but air from Wags, and the bomb from Nash Browns is huge. We'll find that main tank, but here's the Blizzard gets eaten up by Nash Browns. Nash Browns the hero right now. Got the kill as well as the eat. So you used 3 ults there for the Phiji Phrogs, and Nash Brown shuts down 2 of them.
Yeah, absolutely massive value from Nash Brown. Such a good D.Va player. Cancels, or gets the Reinhardt with the bomb, and then eats the Blizzard after remeching. He's just absolutely insane.
One point out that Fedora Master has swapped to Junkrat. Another silly character for his arsenal. But Trey has the shatter, and could look to slam it down right now, but Wags catches him. Never mind! He does not catch him! Squishes the May down with the hammer, but they do get the pick on a Charmatron, and the Immortality Field's gone as well. So potentially turtle, especially since Trey's fallen so weak here. They do lose Wags, but the picks are right now in favor of the Phrogs, I think, but Phog is on this point with the window healing from Sly. I don't think they'll be able to take this point, but they do get a little more point progress here. Nash Browns does get that mech back, but Poi is there. Phog has a high noon walking around the corner. Poi is going to meet him with it, and the high noon finds Frosty. So Thog, it'll stay alive on the cart, start that progress, as well as get the high noon on the Frosty. So a great play from the Casty, from the Iceland Imps, the Phiji Phrogs. Like you said, this time bank is dwindling.
That one fight lasted literally almost 2 minutes, Spoonie. Absolutely stellar job by the Imps. Just holding on for dear life.
Holding on here, but LOL 24/7 has another May. Blizzard does not want to get one eaten up by Nash Browns, feeling hungry, but they've already found Thog. Such a great start here for the Phiji Frog, and the Blizzard does not get eaten this time by Nash Browns. The Shadow from Trade gets nothing, and Trade is taken out of the fight. The bomb will be in to clean this up from both the Divas. Bomb Flambo with another 3K! Flambo is popping off on the Diva. Thog is swapped to Tracer, but gets swatted before he can do right touch anything in 2 minutes and 13 seconds for King's Row is still a really good time for the Phiji Frogs.
Stay with me, chat. The Frogs do not lose King's Row. They look so strong.
Well, I mean, if we're being technical, the Imps also don't lose King's Row. But
this is true.
Take it away. Go off, King. Go off. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I want to make a joke. I'm sorry.
Despite the heroics, though, Frogs do cap with 2:13 in the time bank. Let's see what the Imps can do.
And now we're at a point that the Imps have to cap with time because or else there's just a drawable situation. So I mean, the Frogs can play this pretty slow. Honestly, they can just play for the timeout.
Yeah, this is looking. It's an uphill battle, right? It's just not looking great. Could we be seeing some possible shenanigans? I mean, you've got Trey and Nash Browns on the high ground. Oh no, they're dropping. Okay.
I don't think we're seeing any shenanigans. I think that Trey was just showing off his Winston swap tech that many main tank players like to practice. That's really all we do. But it looks like that both comps from both sides are gonna stay the same. And I mean, LO 24/7, you know, maybe not getting like the kill feed kills, but the walls and the freezes have been immaculate from this player. Oh, it's a huge flame strike from Wags, by the way.
Yeah, 13.3% all charge. They're playing around statue pretty well, playing for the May.
And we have Nash Bros back on the Zarya, so potentially, a huge pin though on the Flambo Gem, but Wags in your backline and finds Nash Browns. And now the Immortality Field is taken down, and Trey is falling so weak right now. They've already lost Invictus there too, as Frog and Wags have just. I mean, that was their ship name, I guess, Frags. But this is looking pretty good. They do lose Poi, and Trey is still alive, but will go down late in the fight. If he stayed alive there, that could have been turnable. Yeah, but they lose Travis round as well.
Yeah, this buys time.
And both runs have Shatter.
Big Shatter fight.
Yeah, both basically the Window and Shatter online here for both squads right now. The biggest difference is can Wags potentially hit this as Trey's looking for it as well. Oh, there you go, Trey from around the corner! Wags even saw him coming, but the counter Shatter is even bigger! But the window is there for the Flame Striker. They're going to get a 2-for-1 trade here in favor of the Iceland Imps, but Trey falls so low. Flambo's going to lose that on that mech, and the beat starts to dissipate. The Molten Core does buy some space here for the Iceland Imps and start to move forward. Frosty putting out the damage, but Nash Browns doing the same. We'll find 2 kills in favor, and there we go. Frosty finally falls. And Trey from around the statue lays it down and opens pointing it right up like a can of tuna.
Yeah, the problem is here though, for the Frogs, that's already a winning situation. You took up so much time, and you're looking to just hold gate here.
Yeah, they're gonna hold gate here. They're not gonna do any spawn shenanigans like they did on their attack. But Thog is in position here, perhaps for a big Reaper ult. They don't see him right now. He's gonna TP behind him and potentially drop down here. Look for it, but no, there's gonna get him down enough, and the eat is there, and he gets. Nothing for it, but they lose out on Wags and the Shatter from Trey, but he's frozen, so the bomb's gonna hit. Poi is there behind him. We'll find Nash Browns as well. There are no damages to stop that, and the cart has not pushed a single centimeter.
They're not on cart. This is so bad for them.
I mean, they're gonna get choked here, it looks like, but another early fight's gonna happen here for the side of the Phiji Phrogs.
Yeah, if they had someone on card there, they could easily have been past corner by now.
Carts
They
for chumps.
still might get there? Oh no, they won't. The Phrogs are already back.
Nash Bros does have the shatter though, so this Graviton Surge could be a big one here if Flambo Jimbo can't quite, but Flambo Jimbo has impressed Male Diva, does not get to eat though, it's a huge Graviton Surge, and the Immortality Field goes down, but it doesn't get broken, so no kills, and then you just beat, they can re-engage with it, and now Wags lays it down the hammer. They're gonna trade out both tanks here. Fedora Rusher still has this Molten Core, but the Way Wall is there from Elo 24/7, will stop this Molten Core from getting most of the value you could possibly get, but Flambo Jimbo flies right through and gets burnt right up, but Frosty has a win up for a bit of a recontest, but the Imps are going to take the space right now as Flambo Jimbo full sweep but keeps that mech just intact. Tortron has his beat, could to re-engage with it here and put down the armor for the teammates, but they're there. There goes the beat and almost got flashed out of it, but got out just in time, but didn't land too many people as the Maywall is there. Trey walking forward will have the shatter in 4 seconds, looking for it, looks to slam it down, potentially gets frozen out of it here by over 7. If they lose Trey, this could be disastrous. Both runs are trade out right now as a 1-for-1 trade. Both the top fields are caused one, but the contestant's point. 0.95 seconds remaining here as Frosty has to win a point at the high noon, but they don't have a mech here for Flambo Jimbo. Flambo Jimbo with the Bloody Blast trying to do something. Thog is there. Thog has his Reaper ult, throws it down, and gets 3 kills with it. And there you go. The Iceland Imps have broken through, but 4 minutes and counting here for their point C attack.
I mean, they basically have to win every fight though here if they even want to match the timing. This is still tough. And the Phrogs coming up on Blizzard and some really key big ults.
Yeah, it's up to the Molten Core here to find the value. The Icy Hot's gonna have to come out here with the Blizzard and the Molten Core. See what happens. The Immortality Field juice pretty early here. So a good start here, but they re-engage with the beat and they lose Charbatron early there with the beat engaged. They're gonna get Fedora Master very low, but they don't get the kill. And now Trey jumps in like a suicidal maniac and gets properly sent back to spawn. Maybe. No, he's still alive. But the bomb is there from Flambo Jimbo just to remech and not lose out. And yeah, they're gonna get that. And with this fight, that's basically gonna be a better time bank for the Phrogs guaranteed.
Yeah, and critically, the Phrogs maintain ult economy out of that fight. They didn't burn everything. They burned just enough.
They burned just enough that candle to get the stank. Oh! A huge corner shatter! Caught Trey jumping around the corner without his shield up! Even Trey's gotta get the commending on that one. Says nice in the chat. He knows he was outplayed there. And a nice wall will stop Thog from getting back to the team, so another stagger kill. That's 2 minutes and counting, or 3 minutes and counting down. And they still have this Blizzard to use.
Blizzard and Window. Such a big combo too. This is so tough for them.
Look at this charge! Wax! They do get the Immortality Field out, but the Blizzard comes out to keep them alive on both sides here. The Window as well, Blizzard from Frosty, but both teams are just gonna cut these ults out right now. But they lose Flambo's mech, so not a good start there for the Phrogs as they look to re-engage. Fedora doesn't have that Torbjorn turret. Oh my, oh me. But Thog almost up to his Reaper ultimate, using that window to his advantage, playing the American Sniper Reaper style. And the shatter comes down from Trey. We'll get 2 down, but nobody dies because your top field is well placed. But the pin is there. They use the beat to re-engage here, and they lose Trey. So we could have the Phrogs going back in here, but Thog is in, but gets flashed out by Poi on the Cassidy. Stops that Death Blossom right now. No flowers delivered for you today, sir. And Sly yet again caught jumping into High Noon. Please, if you hear High Noon, don't press the control shift button. And they're going to get a stagger here on Nash Browns as well, as Poi is having himself quite the performance on his Cassidy so far today.
Man, Trey going in a little too aggro after his shatter.
Speaking of aggro, look at Frog. He's chilling.
He's doing frog things.
Yeah, and with a minute 30, you got to be wondering, can he complete with time? Wags has a shatter, could stop it, but Trey is ready this time with a shield. Looking to drop it, but the pin comes in, finds nothing. The bomb from Nash Browns gets nothing but Immortality Field, and now the Molten Core is huge. It stops Immortality. It stops the shadow from coming through as well. The hammer kill from Fedora Master gets Flambo with it, and they're gonna cap with time. And the hero play from Fedora Master then the last second will get them over the line.
Score
All right.
3-3.
So neither team have lost King's Row yet, but one of them is gonna have to here, coming into round 2 of King's Row. Who do you got, Booney? Who do you got?
Man, I don't know. The point A attack seemed a lot better for the Phiji Phrogs. They seemed to burst through that in their first go around. While the Iceland Imps struggled a little bit, and they only have a minute left here. We might see perhaps a sim TP shenanigans to get this point open real fast. It doesn't look like it. They're sticking with the standard, but honestly, you have the more time bank, so you can give up point A if you want if you're the Phrogs and play for that point early B, contest the doors. But I mean, this May has been doing a pretty darn good job so far of stopping the Imps in their tracks. So I think we could see a full hold unless a miracle occurs for the Iceland Imps come from what we saw in their attack. They really had no answer aside from hero plays for this May.
Yeah, I just want to point something out here before we start out the round. Let's look at the support line real quick of the Imps versus the Phrogs. The Phrogs have almost 35k healing combined versus the measly 26k healing of the Imps.
And look at the damage from Frog, by the way. It's 8,000 damage.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, this support line is just so good for the Phrogs.
Playing the statue game right now, but going through hotels, so they're going to avoid this early May wall from the Phiji Phrogs, but it comes out anyway. It's still a good May wall. They freeze Trey, forcing a tie field out as well. They're going to lose the mech out from Nash Browns. I mean, Fedora's on a bit of a flank mission right now. He's in the enemy spawn. Wag's going to pin in and only finds nothing but death. So still very winnable here for the Imps, but they find Fedora Master in the back line. They're going to take that out. Poi finds Thong despite the stun, and Trey will get the pin on a little 12/7, but it's just last second staggers here. I mean, you gotta love Poi tactically missing those shots in the Baby Diva to stagger out a little bit longer. What a smart player.
Oh, they staggered out at the end of the fight there. They got the picks. If they reset, they come back quick with a man advantage, but they can't anymore. They're down.
And they're gonna have 6 members here by the time the fight breaks out. Frog's back. Frog is bot lulled back to the fight, and the window is there. Do they have a contest? Nash Bro's gonna lose that mech immediately, and the Immortality Field was used as well. Here comes a High Noon, used to reload. Here comes... It's a 1-for-1 trade right now, but Poi is in your backline. Poi has the flank, and Poi gets the kill. Trey could potentially bring back with a shatter, but the bomb is there from Flambo Jambo. The Flash Fan stops Trevortron. No answer. The squish is not quite there from Flambo Jambo. Fedora finds 2 with the turret. Hold on here. Not done. Winnable.
They need a contest.
Perhaps a clutch play. I mean, Nash Bros is still there. Can they get touched? Last second, they can't. Dog can't touch. They almost had that. Almost. A clutch of the century from Fedora Master on that. Holy cow. That got my heart pounding a little bit.
Hashtag winnable mentality from Fedora Master. Coming up huge, but ultimately just not quite good enough. And now the Imps are in a really tough spot. They have to hold out, and it's only for a draw, Booney. It's only for a draw.
And I mean, a May comp is gonna snowball, no pun intended, fast enough to get a Blizzard. And you can just stack 6 ults here and just go hard in the paint if you want. Like, it's gonna be really hard to stop one tick from coming through, because you just May Blizzard the point, and that's basically a free tick. This is gonna be really hard for the Iceland Imps. Our #1 seed is looking down the barrel of a 2-0 disadvantage in the winner's semifinals of our playoff bracket here. This is a staggering show we're seeing right now from the Phiji Phrogs. Ever since they got Poi in, I mean, Whalefish, again, I don't want to slight the man. The guy is an absolute carry Warlord MVP level player. But Poi on this Cassidy has shown the flexibility that perhaps they missed in this Brawl composition, with Whalefish being a more Hanzo sniper specialist.
Yeah, this is looking rough for the Imps. They've really got to dig deep here if they want to win. And, well, I shouldn't say win if they want to draw.
If they want a chance of not going down to match point already. But they do find an early pick on the Poi, so there you go. Could potentially lose some time here, and Trey going very aggressive here. They do force out Immortality from both sides. Trey still moving forward, but the wall is there. Can they punish Trey? No, Trey actually gets the counter pin in. Trey is still alive somehow. He's swagging out the back line. But they might get the punish here on the trade. They do, but they've lost too many members here for it to mean anything. If they get out with no more picks here, the Imps are at disadvantage.
Thank you.
Trey has yet to spawn, and Troopers are going back to speed him back. They're not going to have a ride. If the Phrogs go, they have the advantage right now. They're going.
And they can't give up a tick. They can't even give up a tick.
Fedora's on the point, but use that E very early. The Shatter is there, but finds nothing but a shield. Nothing quite there yet, and Frosty has the window as well. Trey falls extremely low. The high noon from Thog. Not gonna find anything but the Molten Core is thrown down as well. They lose Nash Bronze, however. So, Flambo's in your backline with a baby mech. Are gonna go down here. But the shatter is massive from Wags! And the beat from Frog is there. It's a desperation charge from Trey. Finds nothing. Wags! What a shatter! A flank shatter through that hotel. A nice play. And the Frogs go up to match points against the Iceland Imps on both of their map picks.
Man, who could have seen this coming?
Not me.
Yeah, not me. Let's take a look at this big Fog play though. It's
The
3 for this Blossom, I believe.
The 3K Blossom.
You know, he's pretty good at the video game.
Yeah, he's okay. All right, let's let the kid drop the ego and focus on the grind a little bit.
Yeah, he's what, like gold max?
Yeah, is he boosted to gold or I don't know.
Yeah.
But
he's a value pick. He's a value pick, right?
Oh my goodness gracious.
What?
We had an 87 to 13. 87% believed the Imps would win King's Row. The 13% to a 1 to 8 return on their points here in the chat. Holy, who's rich in chat?
Who's rich in chat?
It looks like Purple Jesus is our new Monopoly man. He put down 1K. He's a believer. And he's been rewarded.
Oh, it's GG's. The Imps are playing double shield.
Oh no. Yeah,
You're putting Fedora Master on the tank.
For people who can't see, Fedora Master has moved over onto the tank. So that means Orisa is coming out. I mean, you're playing into Trey, playing the Widowmaker here on Havana. You know, a long-range sniper character. They don't really have that in the Frogs, so that could be your advantage. But you're probably gonna get jumped on by Frog a bit. Can you get the shot on the slippery Frog guy?
Well, we'll see if he decides to really play the Widow here. I mean, if the Frogs don't play Widow and just also double shield, it might be a little tough to get the angles as Widow. Maybe this is a Sombra look for Trey. Trey is pretty good at the Sombra hero. I'm not.
I mean,
really
this
sure
is just everybody. We're all lost because I think the Imps seem lost right now.
Are the Imps boomed? Is this the end?
It's tough to say whether or not they're boomed because is it the gameplay? Is it the 20-minute pause where they argued for 20 straight minutes? I don't know. We can go ahead and give the prod Arlem know we're ready to hop on in. Frogs will with their message here about 7 to 10 business days.
No, Frog's gotta do the bio. You know, he's gotta do the bio. The patented Frog Map 3 bio.
This is okay. What do the Imps have to do to bring this reverse sweep around? This is the first time they've only lost one map the entire regular season, I believe, and now they've lost 2 in one match. What do they have to do here to bring it back and come back to that dominant form we saw out there the entire season, Naga?
I think, and this was I highlighted this a little bit in King's Row. This is really turning into a bit of a support line diff here. The Frogs were up almost 10k healing at the end of King's Row. They really need to be able to at least maybe play a comp that is able to work around maybe the lack of healing. I mean, obviously this goes down to the fact that, you know, Frog might be a 4.17k, you know, support. You know, that's a little bit of a diff right there, but you know, you've got to play to your strengths, right? And your strengths right now are your tank line and your DPS. They're doing absolute work. So you've got to be able to enable them in some way or form. And I think if you can do that, you find a comp that works best for you, you can definitely pull this win right back with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think the Frogs are built this way. It's just they can play this super aggressive style because you have Frog coming in there. Do you punish Frog? Well, if you punish Frog, then Wags walks at you. Do you punish Wags? Well, okay, then Frog's still alive and killing you. So there's just, that dynamic duo is so strong. And as well as Poi, honestly, Poi might be my MVP of this match so far because on this Cassidy has been going toe-to-toe with Thog, Invictus. Our season 1 through 18 champion here. And I mean, just the guy's a hits gain legend in the league, and Poi on this off roll is matching him, and I'd say, quite frankly, diffing him pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we see a Wags hog look here, though. I know he's on the ball right now. I don't know if this is a bait or not, but, it could be something worth considering. If you can get an early pick, you could definitely steamroll the rest of the game here.
I think the idea of the ball here is to knock him off the high ground, perhaps. Go for a bit of a roll behind him. What I tried to do last game and failed miserably at, but Wags is a better player than me, so perhaps he can get it to work.
We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about the Booney ball play. Wags looks like he messed up.
War looks like he messed up really bad here. Yeah, War messed up really bad. He fell off the high ground and just couldn't get back up. That's a devastating pick, but I do trade up for Wags. But honestly, I take the Mercy over my ball, who's 10 feet away in spawn any day.
Yeah, not a good start for the Imps. They're playing super safe here.
I mean, Phrogs also on Zenyatta, which is something we had not seen very often, but a 4.4 support player on Zenyatta is a scary thought, nonetheless. And now Fedora's in a really awkward position right now, kind of in the middle of this high ground. They're going to keep Frog alive here, but they just jump on the Widowmaker. They force Trey out right now, but Trey is getting pocketed by War, able to stay alive for just long enough here. But a slam in there. Can Frog win the Widow duel? Doesn't look like it. Forced to back up and play a little safe here, but Wags does have that nano boost and going hyper-aggressive in the backline. They get War as well as Thog! Thog can't quite get the dynamite, or not the coach gun in the high ground. And this dive tanks are in the back right now, and now it's just a sad horror scheme set to the Glue Factory on the point. This looks like a boomerang.
Yeah, Trey getting 2 in that fight, getting both DPS, but still not enough.
Goes to Genji.
What is happening? What is happening?
Yeah, I mean, Trey.
You need to play Sombra here. This is actually like 100% a Sombra look. They're on the ball.
But who follows up the Sombra hacks on the double shield?
I suppose.
I mean, you just gotta play some more spammy character. Like, the Genji maybe works by just spamming the shurikens down main, but honestly, I'd like to see perhaps a Hanzo from Trey. Oh, there we go. Thog will get the Frog kill, so a good start. They asked for the pause. So, who have some issues coming up here? Oh, I just realized, by the way, I'm not on... God damn it. My bad, chat. Yeah, by the way, it's a 4-minute 30-second time back on the prod. So yeah, that's completely my bad, completely my fault. You missed War, just... You know what? It covers up my boy War's mistake on A.
Yeah, War definitely didn't fall off high ground twice. But hey, we're on point 2.
Yep.
Smile.
You didn't miss much, chat. Completely my bad. Producer of the year, by the way. Please give me the award. But yeah, you have some...
Is that a new award this year? I think it should be a thing.
No, it's not. Unless Marco makes it so. I have no control over that anymore.
Yeah. Mamba.
I'm simply a no-name in the Discord. Simply only have the founder's role. I'm such a lowly citizen.
Just a founder.
I'm such a lowly state I fall into. Anyway, back on this game, Thog has Bob here, and they do have the bongo, and they have the high ground control. So potentially, the start of a defense here for the Iceland Imps. Because, chat, I know you missed it. I know you're just looking at the break screen, but you didn't miss much of a defense on point A. Quite the steamroll, honestly. But now Frog has the trance, and Wags has the mind to clear high ground, so that could be the turning point. But a lot of ultimate for the Imps here as well. Trey playing with the blade. He's almost there, chat. Just give him a fight or two. Okay, it appears Trey has started to stream to lower his ping, whatever the hell that means. That's logic and a half.
That sounds like a hack moment right there. He's turning on the tracking.
I think we need to check him PC after this map. Maybe perhaps using game deficit behind our backs. I don't know.
Yo, can we get the IT team in?
At
Corey,
etc.
where are you at?
at ET Catera, whatever the hell he is now. Poi will have the sights here, but sights is a fight-winning ultimate, so they wouldn't use anything else. Surely, best ult in the game.
Value.
I'm guessing. Let's get our predictions of how the fight's gonna go out here, Naga. Put our mouths where our money is, or something like that. I think Imps. I think they're gonna bob the points, and they're going to put a bongo in the corner, and they're gonna win the fight. And I think that the Phrogs are gonna save ults. What do you got for me?
I think it's the opposite, right?
Really?
The Phrogs. Maybe the Phrogs have turned over a new leaf. But the Phrogs have been notoriously known for just they want to be the initiators. They want to be controlling the pace of the game, and so I think you probably pop sights here just to get some information. I mean, you basically just pop that ult on cooldown, but you're down Phrogs, so that is a bit of an issue. So I think you may be right here. You may be onto something, and maybe the Imps don't even need to commit that much. You're already up 1. Your tanks and the rest of your team is in a relatively safe position. They're not really, in danger of dying or anything. So,
I think if they didn't pause, my prediction might have come true. The panic might have set in, but I don't think that panic might be there anymore. They might have calmed down and said, "We don't need anything here. Let's just chill out."
And yep, a very uneventful 30 seconds is about to happen.
Oh, there's the sights. They
They
know where Trey is. He's on top of your Widowmaker. And here comes a very aggressive push right now from the Iceland. Imps Trey is on Frog in the backline, potentially to get that kill, but forced to retreat right now. Wags looking to take that high ground control, has the minefield. Just gets the slam and isolates there. A huge antinate onto 3. But Poi is just staring down Bob in the face right now. Oh, but a huge flash from Poi! Can he get the kill on Trey? No, he cannot. But it's already lost on a Nash Browns. And a lot of ults are being used. War gets the huge res actually on a Nash Browns. But the bomb comes out from Flambeau. Only finds Thog, so not the end of the world. And you stabilize here on the defense, it looks like. And a lot of ults invested on the Frogs' parts. And they don't win.
Yeah, good stuff coming out from the Trey Genji. Getting some good value, not dying, as a lot of Genjis do.
Oh.
And, gets the Hanzo. Burning some more time off the clock.
Yeah, they have
something I will say though. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Well, something I will say though, the Genji doesn't have an on here, so this is gonna be some raw dog blades coming out if I would say so.
Oh, the Icy Fedora Master knocking off the high ground. But it looks like he's able to get out alive here. Nash Brown's using that gravitic flux, looking for anybody. Gets both the tanks lifted up in the air and slams them right back down to the ground. So a great fight there. They do lose Trey though. So potentially turnable as a Nana Wags on the point. The slam is huge. So yeah, it looks like the Frogs, despite the early picks going in favor of the Iceland Imps, have won this fight. As the supports are kind of isolated right now. Frog has returned on the Lucio. Looks to get that kill. The slam in again from Wags. This dynamic duo of dive in the back, but Fedora Master is on the point. But she gets run over. The car rolls on through, and they have mines for his last second test here.
Yeah. The Frogs have the ults to hold on to this.
Oh, Frog stays alive magically. Thog why was Thog there? There's nobody on his team to help. So you lose that Ashe early in this fight here, and the mines are going to be there. The window's invested by Slido, so it has an advantage, but the mines are put down by Wags on the high ground. Poi has the high noon and the dragons. There's so much space being controlled right now by the Phiji Frog with his ultimates, and Sly is forced to run away sadly, and he's going to get staggered out here.
Oh, it's all falling apart for the Imps. It is all falling apart.
I mean, Wags doesn't quite get pulled there. I don't know how that worked, but it's probably going to get punched by Trey here as he's just rolling around like a maniac. Frog's in a beat to keep him alive, and they use the bomb, but it gets blocked by body blocked by Wags in the back. It's a chaotic fight right now, but the court is still making progress.
Yeah, this is arguably better for the Frogs. You're forcing out ults from the Imps just to leave spawn, basically.
Yeah, they use Supercharger, Bob, Valkyrie, and they get 2 kills out of it, and the cart pushed the whole time. That's a great fight from them, but Trey has the blade, and a nice burn gets laid down. This followed up by Trey. So the Imps look to have stabilized a bit here on the defense. Point C no more for their holds. But the Phrogs are bringing his ultimates in. Flambo has the bomb, and look, just give the card up. The bomb gets chucked up overhead, and the boom is huge from Wags. What? He came from behind. Where did he come from? And they use the nano as well on the Wags to clean up these kills here. If Thog doesn't get out alive, it'd be devastating. Thog is fighting up the entire enemy team by his lonesome and finds nothing. A flux from Nash Browns. There's gonna be no follow-up here. It just dies mid-cast. The Nano Blade, though. No, not Nano Blade. I thought he was glowing for some reason. But anyway, gets 1. Gets 2. High noon from Poi on the cart. They're gonna kill Trey, but the Bob is on the point. So I think it's 1 here, especially since Wags has just fallen. So I think the Iceland Imps have stabilized here, and yes, their retreat horns are being sound. Never mind. Frog kills Thog. And then go. What? Maybe a reset. Maybe a reset. Yeah, reset.
Okay. Yeah. This is a reset. Surely. You're down, Frog. You're down, Frogs. You're down. No.
You're down, Frog. You're supposed to lose. No, you're down, Frog. You're supposed to lose.
That's how the script goes.
And Fedora Master has slept. They do find Wags though. Yeah. Please reset. Please reset.
Please.
Please run away. Frog does not know the meaning of run away. He's just hanging around. He's just jumping around like a maniac. Look at him go. He has beat here.
Yeah, the Imps don't have much. I'm not gonna lie. They don't have much.
Going into a beat, Nano Boost, Dragon Bomb. Yeah, there's a lot building up here for the side of the Phiji Phrogs. And Frog is just jumping around. He's just having a good time, man. He's just vibing. Can't hate the guy. The Bob is throwing it onto the point, so a good start there. The Immortality Field is thrown out there early. Low 24/7 has that Dragon, but they lose war early here yet again. And now Thog has no help. I don't know how they got Nash Browns, but anyway. Fedora Master is trying his darndest in the back. Can he clutch like King's Row? No, it doesn't look like it. And now here comes a desperation Frog swap from War, but he cannot get it. 1.6 seconds in the time bank. The Frog clutch gene yet again shows its face.
You know, okay, this is looking dire, but it's not. This isn't worst case scenario, right? You were looking at almost a 4-minute time bank coming into third point. And you whittled it down to 1.6 seconds. Yes, you do give up the full cap, but it's you have a win con here. You're gonna have to play really clean, but it's winnable. Hashtag winnable. What do you think they run on attack though, Booney? What's the look here?
It's probably the same look. I mean, it's just. But defense is where your cup shines. You're hoping to get a good hold started there because. You know, you have the double hit scam that can take advantage of the high ground. Now, you got to take it from him now. And that's a lot harder to do on your attack. Rather than just getting set up there instantly. And now it looks like we might be seeing a spawn hold from the Phiji Phrogs, just dwindling this time bank down. Just don't let him finish. Just don't let him finish. That's all you got to do. And honestly, on Havana, that's a pretty darn easy task to accomplish.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I think the Imps need to take a page out of the Whale's book here. Hear me out.
Yeah, okay, man. Yeah, okay, man.
I think they should play Bastion.
Potentially. Trey's gonna go Pharah.
Oh, this could be big. This could be big.
They're expecting the spawn hold, so that's why they go Pharah. That's a good read from the Iceland Imps as Trey goes into the sky. And Frog is on the rooftop and gets sent back to spawn almost instantly. But, okay, Trey kills himself basically in that. And they're gonna punish War as well. I mean, they get the res, but Poi has found the farmer seed basically by himself, but Trey has been res. You got an extra life. That's not fair, sir. But it doesn't matter. Wags is still holding the spawn doors. They're still just draining time off the bank.
Oh, and a big wall.
Oh, and War might get isolated here. Come on, War, keep running. Come on, War. No, don't fall back to enemy. No, War, don't do that. No. Trey is just hopping around right now on the point trying to get anything done. Does find Frosty. So Tracer Swap finds some sort of pay dirt. He does force a recall and finds 2 kills here in this fight. Wags has a shatter. Might just lay it down, honestly. He does. Finds 3. But no kills come out of it. Well, okay, gets Thog on the Flame Strike, but they're gonna break through. They force Fedora Master to go to the Reinhardt. I'm sorry, Master. Just this once, I'll use my full power. Fedora swaps to the Reinhardt.
Yeah, but you burn a minute off the timing there.
And look at this comp they're running right now. It's just what the Frogs want.
Yeah, this is horrible. This is so bad.
Thanks for being honest with us.
Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, fam. This is not looking good for the Imps.
They're running a brawl with a Mercy and a Tracer Sigma. I don't know. Potentially a big High Noon there. Does find the Mei. And the Flux falls up and finds 2. Listen with the air. They're still just dying on cart right now. They use the window. Pretty not the best window coming from Frosty.
Oh, Frog's good for 1 though. He's good for 1.
I get 1. But yeah, look, they used Pulse, Flux, Window, High Noon, and you're not even around the blue box.
Yeah, and the Frogs are coming back with 3 ults of their own, like, and critical ones at that. You have beat to sustain, you have the bomb to clear point, and an open area too. This bomb could be actually massive with these immobile shields.
Bomb could be huge here as Flambo Jambo
the wall.
falling pretty weak, but looks to drop the bomb, and they've already got 3 kills already, so it doesn't matter what the bomb does. It's gonna find Sly. Okay, that's just a stat pattern. Goes for the smush, but the body's already decaying. And yeah, you got it for High Noon and for bomb, and you have so much to still use. And then stagger War. War dies in the spawn.
Yeah, Frog's gaming.
Frog is gaming. He's like Corey. Anyway, Fedora does have the shatter, but so does Wags. So it's gonna be the main tank battle here. Trey building towards that next pulse bomb, but they have Blizzard as well as Beat. Fedora looking to slam it down, but Wags says, "Yeah, you're pretty good at Arisa, fam, but it says your Reinhardt ain't what you're known for, son." This is a booming.
Territory. They might not even cap first point.
You have Beat and Blizzard still to use. And Trey has a pulse bomb. The shatter has to be huge for Fedora Master. Looking to walk forward here. Slam it is huge! It's massive! They get 1 kill and force the beat. So it's not done just yet. They get the window out coming out here. But L247 looking for that freeze. We'll find 1, but they've already found point in the back of the Trey 2 for 2 here. Frog still alive on the point, still gaming, and they use the Blizzard here. From Little 1247 is a good get thing. Yes, Nash Bronze is frozen up, but Trey's still on the point, but the window or the wall is not good enough. Trey is still running around the point. Trey is trying his darnest to get back, bring his team back into this game. But Frog is just gaming right now. Frog is just gaming. Nash Bronze might get pushed here. Nash Bronze all alone. Uses the Flux. Just stay alive. It's got both tanks. It has them both down, but they can't slam it. I mean, they start trading out for Fedora Master. Falls so weak. The flash is there, and Point has the High Noon from last second kills. Does he find anything? Yes, finds War on the way back from spawn! And now it's just Sly! Sly is just standing still! It's a 3-0 sweep for the Phiji Phrogs! And the Iceland Imps are sent to a lower bracket to fend for their lives.
What? Huh?
Play of the game.
What? What just happened?
Gaming just happened.
Oh my, this shatter's massive. He's so good. He's so good.
Wow, that was a great showing from the Phiji Phrogs. That, again, Schrodinger's team. This is the team I had ranked for at the beginning of the year, okay? This was my belief that we were going to see this. And we saw it.
The Frogs are no longer the gatekeepers. They are now. They have completed the Atlanta Reign Cinderella story, coming out on top over the rank 1 Iceland Imps in a statement match, 3-0, and it wasn't even close.
No, there was no fight from the Imps. I feel a lot less worse of losing to the Frogs now than I did last week. We took a math off them. We're better than the Imps, confirmed.
I got a 4K on them.
Now, Naga, we have such a hard decision ahead of us here of who our player of the match is. Of course, there
Well,
are.
I mean, it might be hard for you. It's not hard for me.
There are.
I've got mine set.
Okay, there are so many names you can shout out here. Frog, God Gamer, Lucio Legend, Season 4 champion, potentially Season 5.5 champion if they keep this up. Wags, main tank difference, dominating Trey, dominating Fedora Master. It did not matter who was on that main tank role. Poi, DPS, coming from the cast of Winless Cats, gets traded to the Phrogs and just begins to pound on the Cassidy. But honestly, I don't think this player gets a lot of love, and I want to shout him out for their play today. I want to give LOL 24/7 my player of the match.
I think that's very valid. You know, he's the silent carry, coming up with some big blizzards. Maywall's immaculate. Really, like, his team is enabled because of what he does silently, and just like they're not flashy plays. You know, he's not getting 6Ks in the kill feed, but he's getting 1-2 picks. He's getting a wall every single fight, consistent, just providing value. And you know, it's these little things that add up to take down these monstrous teams like the Imps and forcing them to the lower bracket. And I mean, with how the Phrogs played today, they look undefeatable. They look so strong.
I mean, they went up against the team that hasn't lost. They lost a single map in the regular season, and this is what they do to them? They hand them 3 in a row? They make it rain L's? That's impressive.
They put them on a silver platter and served it to the Wolves.
I mean,
Frog zone, I guess.
alright. I know if you want to put in the chat that LO 24/7 is our player of the match, you can meet us in let's see what's VC they could possibly meet us in. Let's go to watch party. We can meet in a watch party. I can't type because if I do, all of our hotkeys will go crazy.
I sent it in by the you know, caster diff.
Yep, he's there. We're gonna meet him there.
He's there.
Hello and welcome to our player of the match interview with LOL 24/7. Congratulations on the huge dub. Nobody expected this, honestly. I'm gonna speak for everybody. I don't think anybody saw the Phrogs taking a win here today. It's even just any kind of win, but just that dominant of a showing. You guys played awesome today. Congratulations.
Yeah, I wouldn't say nobody expected it. I mean, we expected it, so
Oh,
yeah.
true.
The confidence, the mental. It's all about the mental.
Yes, sir, bro. We came in. I don't know. Even though we have the ringers, we have a lot of synergy on that team, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
So,
you guys are absolutely dominant.
I can start off here. You know, you came in today. Again, maybe you guys believed it, but the proverbial underdogs in this story going up against a team that lost 1 map in the regular season. I mean, just what was it like? What was the strategy going on behind this game? Because it appears you guys had the Imps locked down. You had their number, and you called it too. Like that was what was the difference today, man?
Honestly, with the Imps, it was just we didn't study them or anything. Don't get me wrong, but we knew that in general what they like to run, and on the fly we were just like in between pauses and stuff, we were just thinking about their general comps and what they might run and what they like to run historically, and a thought about what to swap to in case each thing happened.
Yeah, you guys looked like you had all the answers. I mean,
they had the cheat sheet, and that there's only one answer. It was May. It was just it was a multiple choice, but all the answers were A. Like honestly.
I don't know, man. I think Wex put in a ton of work on the ball. The ball was also really massive. Like I just put on all I did was put in pressure and let everybody else pop off. To be honest, if you look at my stats and everything, it's not. I didn't play insanely. I just was good at enabling everybody else to pop off, and that's kind of all I did.
But that's what a May does.
That's true.
May don't get the damage medals, but they should get like a wall medal or something. Enemies walled stats. You'd probably have about like 800. I think about 700 of those might be Trey.
Yeah, I feel bad. I kind of ruined my dad. It's okay though.
Stop that aggression. All right, Naga, what you got for us?
you know, I've got one question for you, lol. You know, you coming out from the Ducks, going into the Phrogs. I played with you very briefly. It was a pleasure. You're obviously super cracked with the DPS role. sadly our time was cut short. But you know what? How I guess how have the Frogs grown? You know, in these past few playoff games. You know, getting to this point, because you know the Frogs have definitely looked shaky in the past. Oftentimes they've looked confused, but you guys looked so decisive. Just an absolute statement match.
I'd say this entire playoff they looked decisive.
Yeah,
I mean, like it just like the flip switched. Like, you know what? What was that?
What's going on in the Frogs? Yeah, what's going on? Is there some secret sauce? What are you guys cooking?
Yeah, so it's like the main thing. It's straight up just mental. You know, we're all in it to win it, and we're all a lot more comfortable with our mental, and you know, nobody's getting boomed, which is really good. And I think, you know, if you ask Frog himself, his trip to Israel really changed him. Let him see the light. You can debate whether that's because he became more devout or if because he got secondhand pepper sprayed and that changed his life. But yeah, it's definitely just our mentals improved so much. So even though individually I don't think any of us are popping off any more than we used to, we're playing a lot better as a team, and we're a lot more coordinated and a lot more confident in each other. And when we hear the go button or when we see the go button, we're a lot quicker to jump on it. And if we need it back, same thing.
Yeah, you guys are looking super strong.
All right,
And it's working out.
it's time. El Clasico. If you could not have won player of the match today, which honestly anybody argues against it, they're wrong. But if it wasn't you, who would you give it to, and just why? Which one of your teammates that all popped off, that all had moments, deserves more than the best? Who's your favorite teammate, basically? Let them know.
I don't want to say favorite. I'm gonna look at this more. I'm gonna try and look at this more objectively. But I'd say the Wags on the ball, man. Or sorry, not Wags. But basically, yeah, Wags on the ball was just. Oh my god, man. There were so many displacement plays that he made. There were so many... He took so much attention off of everybody else. And it allowed us to really gather time when we needed it. Like, if we lost a pick, he was managed to divert attention long enough. He also was able to get plays, and I'm sorry, War. He felt bad, but he bullied War really hard on the Mercy. It just basically made sure that we had more presence in every fight than we otherwise would have.
And I mean, of course, since you shot his wrecking ball only, it's obviously that his Reinhardt is god awful and just it's the worst thing you've ever seen.
No, his Rhine was great, but I don't think that's what won it for us. You know what I mean?
It's clipped.
It's
Ball
clipped and shipped.
It's
Only likes Wags on the ball.
Yeah,
Wags Ryan
yeah,
is a throw.
He's benched.
Well,
He's no longer playing.
Keep in mind that on our team we have, or at least on this roster, we have 4 tank mains, 3 of which are Ryan mains. So there's a lot of Ryan to go around.
You used to have 5. Smile.
Yeah. True.
All right. I mean, I did say that was El Clasico. That's always the last one, but I have one more, honestly, because you're advancing to the winners finals here to face off against the Pushins. So what's the message you're saying to these crazy cats, I guess, and let them know you're coming?
I ain't scared no kitty cat. That's about it.
Ooh.
I mean, bro. I mean, you saw how we've been playing. I'm not worried.
I mean, plus the scary thing is you're going up against Purple Jesus, but it's a semifinals match. Oh no, my guy's already trembling in his boots. The Purple Jesus curse.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out that Wags and I in particular, we haven't played since the last match. We haven't played Overwatch since the last match. We weren't warm when we came into this. So imagine what we will do when we are warm. That's all I'm gonna say. And
the message has been sent loud and clear. Again, thank you very much for joining us for the interview, Level 24/7. A great showing from you and your team. Go ahead and go celebrate the boys.
Sounds good. Appreciate you guys.
All right, that's going to do it for us here at the Gopherwatch League. A match that, all of us probably thought 3-0 was on the plate, but probably not this direction. But again, a huge congratulations to the Phiji Phrogs, and now the Iceland Imps have to wait quite a bit to meet their next opponent in the losers finals, or in the loser semifinals, and try to keep their season alive. Their perfect season broken, but not done just yet. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Our next game is going to be actually tomorrow, and I believe it is going to be the MS Guys and Dorado Ducks, a win or go home game for both of those squads. So you won't want to miss that. Make sure to stay tuned to Gopherwatch League for all of the amazing content coming up. For Naga, I've been Booney. This has been Gopherwatch League. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your evening, everybody. Bye, guys.